You are living in a false reality within a reality, part 2. This is a follow-up to the last video. Go check out the last one. This one will make more sense. Okay, so we are souls. When we're not in this body, we are souls in the soul realm. Okay, so we are souls in a human body right now having an experience. But when we're outside of this physical realm, we are just living in love. Okay, so here we're going to go ahead and get started. This is information, by the way, that I've channeled. I don't know any of this stuff on my own. I do know there's a lot of books out there. There's a lot of great, quantum physicists, mathematicians, scientists, etc. People who have written channels, who have written books about this stuff. But I'm sharing what I've channeled. I'm a channel, and I channel groups of cosmic beings that are here to help us on our human journey. I channel soul contracts, like blueprints, why you're here, what you're meant to be doing in this life. And you can go check out my website for more of that, to hear more about that. Okay, so up here, we're souls in a soul realm, okay? Before we incarnate into the physical, and for the sake of this video, we're talking about Earth, okay? Before we incarnate into the physical, we create soul contracts. So here we are as little souls, and we create these soul contracts with the primary people that we have soul contracts in this lifetime are family, partners, and children. So I usually say like parents or caregivers, partners, and children, and experiences. These soul contracts help us help to ensure that we explore what we came to explore, that we learn what we came to learn, that we stay on our path. Because once we get here, we forget who we really are and why we're here. So the soul contracts are working behind the scenes, okay? So before we come into this reality, we have full knowing of what to expect, okay? We know all about what to expect here. Earth is just one physical reality. There's many places we can incarnate, and there's many different forms that we can incarnate to, okay? But as everyone watching this video, we're humans on planet Earth, okay? So we have full knowing before we come here. We're not victims. We weren't tricked. There's no tricks in getting us to come here. We're fully aware, and we choose to come here, okay? We are everlasting souls. So now, I'm not going to get into these details too much in this video, but once we come, we create what's called karma, and sometimes karma will keep us coming back here, okay? So karma just means balance. So we come here to explore certain themes. If we've explored certain themes in a handful of lives, maybe we've been the person that's hurt other people. Well, then our soul on its own in the soul realms it's going to choose to come back and live and have experiences and opportunities to balance that out, which is called karma, okay? I'm not going to get into too much of that in this video, but we do choose to come here, and we know what we get into when we come here, okay? What we're getting into. We incarnate into this physical reality before we are pulled into the false reality. What we're made, this planet is really made to coexist with nature, to live within love and unity themes. It's to experience beauty, abundance. Planet Earth, Gaia provides everything we need, okay? We're all equal and we're powerful. The false reality, which I went over in detail in the last video, and I go into more detail in many of my videos. It's just a different way, different vision that my guides gave me to give you guys. The false reality makes us believe that it was created by world controllers, first of all. This has been going on for thousands of years. They're entities who have been ruling this planet for thousands of years. They're world controllers. There's dualities created, polarity, forgetfulness. There's themes of disempowerment that they create, rich, poor, worthy, not worthy, abuse, etc. They create illusions, the illusion of scarcity, powerless versus powerful. So these are things that they create with the false control systems and structures, which I get into the last video. Okay, so, but our souls know what we're getting into when we come here. Okay, so when we come to remember who we are. That's through exploring and experiencing certain things here that cause us to, it creates opportunities for us to wake up. Many people woke up in 2020 and said something doesn't feel right. 2020 as an example, something doesn't feel right. This last presidential election, a lot more people woke up to the false system and structures. Okay, something doesn't feel right. There's got to be more than this. This can't be right. So trauma wakes people up to our divine nature, who we really are. You get this nudge, and then you start going down the rabbit holes, and then you start to discover that you're more than a human body. But We come here partly because this polarity, duality nature of this reality here, the false reality within the reality, creates a challenge for us. It's like we're taking NyQuil. It's like we're asleep, and it's like this desire, this inner desire to wake up and remember who we are. That's why we come here, partly as a challenge. What's a greater challenge than to come into a reality within a reality, a false reality, be told that we're just flesh and bone. We have to become a cog in the wheel for the system. We have to participate in all these systems and live paycheck to paycheck, and then wake up and realize that we're actually everlasting souls having an experience. What bigger challenge is there than that? We are part of creating the new earth. So we come here to be part of creating the new earth. Though there's many, 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 many of us who are working to collapse this false reality so that we can begin living the way we're meant to live on this planet, okay? We use the polarized and duality nature of this false reality realm to explore themes. We create soul contracts that are running behind the scenes to assist because of our forgetfulness. So our soul contracts that we create before we come help us. So that means, say you want to explore the theme of self-worth, being worthy, or believing in yourself, or self-love, or forgiveness, okay? You're going to create opportunities in this lifetime that cause you to have a choice whether or not you can forgive. Until you learn that lesson, until you fully learn that lesson that your soul intends for you to experience, to feel what it feels like to forgive, for instance, you're going to have a lot of opportunities in your life to forgive. It'll start in childhood. There's going to be things that have happened to you in your childhood that have caused a lot of pain and trauma. Those are the first opportunities. And as you get older, the more you hold on to the pain and resentment that's come from people hurting you, the more your higher self and the universe, creator, source, whatever you want to call the higher power, the more your higher self is going to bring you more opportunities to say, I want to do it a different way. Not forgiving and holding on to resentment is causing me a lot of pain. There's got to be a different way. And then as soon as you start to show up for those opportunities in a different way, they stop coming in because you no longer you've learned the lesson. You've experienced that other side of the theme. Okay, so we create soul contracts to help us with this because we forget when we come. That's what I do. I channel soul contracts during the day, and I'm telling you guys, it's become where it's just so natural now. When I hear someone's story, I can identify, oh, you're here to explore these themes. And then what I'm channeling and the information that comes in through what past lives are connected to the childhood in this life that you created in order to create the opportunity to learn a certain lesson. The past lives that come in, sometimes the soul, I'll connect to the soul. The soul will show me what the planning was for this lifetime, the reasons for the pain, the reasons for the trauma, what we're meant to be doing, what you're meant to be doing now that you've learned those lessons, how you're meant to be serving the collective. It's absolutely mind-blowing. It's so beautiful. It's so supportive. You can go visit my website to learn more about that. But the soul contracts are running behind the scene. So because we forget, our higher self is really, really guiding us in this lifetime. And even if we don't discern a higher self, before we wake up to the fact that we're living in a false reality, our higher self is bringing us opportunity after opportunity after opportunity to learn this, okay? And sometimes I have people, not clients, but sometimes people will drop on my videos when I make videos about this. They'll say, why I couldn't possibly have plans to come here. This place sucks. There's so much pain. I've had so much pain and trauma in my life. There's no way I chose this. Well, remember, this is just, you're acting out an experience. When you're a soul in the soul realm, there's nothing, you're perfect, okay? It's just that if you sat around on the couch and did nothing all day, you would want to go and explore, and you would want to experience. Sometimes you might break a leg when you're climbing that mountain. Sometimes you might get the air knocked out of you if you're racing cars, right? But it's the experience that we come here for. And the example they're giving me now is they use medical field a lot as an example. They're showing me that when somebody wants to go into medicine, say they want to be a surgeon, okay? Yes, that's one of the pillars that are collapsing, but we need that right now. We need those. We need surgeons sometimes, right? So you want to go be a surgeon. To get from where you're at 18 years old, graduating high school, to becoming a surgeon, it's a lot of studying. It's painful, long nights. It's staying up all night studying. It's writing reports. It's residency. It's 8 to 12, 15 years of school. I have no idea. There's no way that I would want to do that. It's a lot to endure, but what keeps us going, what keeps you going in that is because you know where it's taking you. You know that all of the things that you're learning which to me would be incredibly painful. I would not want to study that much. But what keeps you going in that is knowing that at the end is you're going to become a surgeon. You're going to be able to save lives. You're going to be able to help children. You're going to be able to help people. And it makes all of the pain and suffering worth it. It makes not being able to go out and explore your 20s as much as maybe someone else, it makes it worth it. It makes maybe holding off on marriage and children, holding off on traveling worth it when you can see the end result. That's what they're kind of likening this to, right? So our soul wants to explore certain themes in this lifetime, and it knows that the duality and polarized nature of this false reality that we know we're getting into, we know that these are the perfect conditions for us to do these things. Okay, so it's like you would, if you wanted to become if you wanted to learn a certain specialized type of surgery or brain surgery or whatever, you would pick your college very specifically, right? You wouldn't just go to a regular community college. You would be doing lots of research to find out what college is going to provide the best opportunity for that. And it's probably going to endure or mean that you have a lot more work. You might have extra years of schooling versus going to a community college, as an example, right? So we say our soul wants to explore certain themes. It might happen over 1,000 lifetimes. We want to explore what this feels like to forgive, what it feels like to remember who we really are. And Earth is one of the hardest, one of the hardest schools, meaning you learn it quickly here. It's like taking 36 credits instead of 8, right? So we choose this realm to come to learn and explore what we came to explore, in addition to helping Earth get back to living in this reality that we're meant to live in versus this false reality that was created on top, right? So we come here for the challenge, we come here for the lessons, we come here for the experiences, and soul contracts help keep us in line. I hope this helps. Please drop your questions and comments. Everything I share is channeled, but I have to say for this channel is for fun and entertainment TikTok. Always do your own research and use discernment, and I'll see you in the next video.